Hello, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to today's Odoo webinar. Ang topic natin for today is Beginner's Guide to Odoo, Trading Industry Edition. Ako nga pala si Eric, Business Advisor dito sa Odoo APAC. Ang agenda natin for today, una, I'll briefly discuss sino nga ba si Odoo. We'll have the case study. Pangatlo, we will have the demo. And fourth, we will have the question and answer. Ngayon, sino nga ba si Odoo? What is Odoo? Odoo is an all-in-one management software, user-friendly at customizable. So para lang siyang smart device nyo. Our founder, Fabienne, started Odoo to help companies grow. So we want to unleash companies' potential by empowering users with tools they love. For our global presence, si Odoo may 19 offices worldwide. Meron tayong 13 million happy users and ang head office natin is in Belgium and I'm currently located dito sa Hong Kong where we cater the Asia Pacific region. For our positioning, we can cover complex business needs with an extremely user-friendly interface. Now I also want to share with you some of our notable clients. Just to show na si Odoo hindi industry specific. Si Odoo can be configured and modified sa iba-ibang businesses and industries. Now, most company right now uses standalone software. Ang problema rito, they don't communicate with each other. So, hindi siya masyadong efficient. Second, you need to pay separately for each application. So, medyo costly. Now, here comes Odoo. All of our applications are seamlessly integrated sa isa't isa. So, mas efficient siya sa business. How Odoo meet all your business needs? Si Odoo has more than 70 applications. So we have sales, website operations, human resource, manufacturing, productivity, marketing. So pag nag-expand ang business nyo, si Odoo is also scalable with you. Now let's proceed sa ating case study. Ang company natin right now is Manila Trade Ventures Inc. It was established as a trading company in the Philippines. Medyo bago siya. It was founded in 2022. They specializes in importing and distributing consumer goods. Their aim is to capitalize on the country's growing consumer market by offering a diverse range of products. Ngayon, ano yung mga current challenges ni Manila Trade Ventures? Number one, inefficient supply chain management. So yung manual stock transfer and poor traceability, which results to errors and inaccurate stock levels. Difficulty in tracking stocks across multiple locations. Second, yung manual process nila. Most operations are manual, resulting sa errors and inefficiencies like manual inventory tsaka stock replenishment. They also do manual quotation, sales order tsaka invoicing. Third is yung limited market reach. They are unable to streamline operation limits to its capacity to expand into new markets. Now, how Odoo can solve this? Let's proceed with the demo. Yan. With the demo, let's begin with the contacts application. Dito sa contacts application, you can encode your vendors and customers quickly and efficiently. Meron tayong tinatawag na Kanban view or card view like this one. And meron din tayong list view like this one. Ngayon, if you have more than 100 contacts, let's say, you can use the filter function para mas madali siyang ma-organize at mas madali niyong mahanap yung contacts. Like for example, this one. Naka-filter siya by tags. So as you can see, lahat ng employees nandito, lahat ng client, supplier, and then yung employee ng client natin, si Toy Corner. Ngayon, if you have, let's say, a database of your contacts, pwede mo rin siyang ma-import kay Odoo as long as it is on CSV or Excel file. Now let's try to go to one of the contacts, si Fanland. As you can see, si Odoo customer-centric talaga. This is what we call smart buttons. This connects to other applications. So nasa contact application pa lang tayo, marami na tayong information na nakuha. Okay? Now pag click natin tong sales, it will show up yung sales history ng client. So nandiyan yung order date, customer name, salesperson na nag-facilitate ng transaction. Andiyan yung activity, yung total invoice, tsaka yung invoice status. This is also dynamic. Pag nag-click tayo or in-open natin yung isang transaction, makikita natin yung full details ng sales order. So nandiyan yung company name again, yung complete address, yung order date, yung price list na in-apply for the transaction, and nandiyan din yung payment terms. You will also be able to see yung product list na binili ni client. Nandiyan yung product name, nandiyan yung quantity, items delivered, invoice, yung unit price per product, tsaka yung total amount. Alright. Now, if you want to go back to contacts, hindi naman siya nakakalito. Just go to this one. This is what we call breadcrumbs. So, just click on it. So, babalik na tayo sa contact page. Ngayon, dito sa contact page, pwede rin tayo mag-assign ng salesperson na gusto nating mag-manage ng account. We can also set the payment terms sa price list. So, whenever the client purchase anything, this will automatically apply. And that way, ma-minimize natin yung manual intervention, ma-minimize din yung errors. And then we can also set yung fiscal position for our client. So kung VAT registered ba siya or VAT exempt. Right? Now before we start our day, we need to make sure na meron tayong items on hand. So we go now to our inventory application. This is where we can monitor our inventory count, manage our warehouses, tsaka yung procurement. So ito yung ating inventory dashboard. We have several operation types here. Andyan yung receipts, internal transfer, tsaka delivery orders. Receipts are items na incoming from our supplier. Ito yung mga di-deliver sa atin na supplier. So, we will be informed kung ano itong mga to. Andyan yung internal transfer for multi-warehouses. These are items na imumove natin from one of our warehouse to another. And then the delivery orders are items na naka-reserve na for delivery or out for delivery. Okay? Now, pwede nyo rin gamitin dito yung filter function. For example, you want to view this by operation type or by warehouse, or you can create your own filter like this one. So mas madali siyang ma-view depending on your preference. Now let's go to report and stocks. Dito makikita natin yung detailed list of all our stored products. Andiyan yung product name, unit cost, total value ng items on hand, items na free to use or items na pwede pang ibenta. Incoming, these are items from our supplier. Outgoing, these are items na for delivery na. Okay? For multi-warehouses, sa right side or left side, we can also see yung ating mga warehouses which give us an overview of the location ng ating stocks, di ba? It will also help us optimize yung ating stock distribution. So for example, gusto mong makita yung stock level for all warehouses, just click on this one. Tapos per warehouse, like for example, si main warehouse, these are the items kay main, and then these are the items para sa Cebu warehouse, and ito naman yung para sa Davao warehouse. Okay? Now we can also view this per category para mas madali siyang, mas organized siyang tignan, and mas madali siyang i-navigate. Like for example, category for boys, and then category for girls, something like that, di ba? Dito sa inventory, we can also see yung moves history. Dito we can see yung detailed report ng ating product movement. It contains yung past tsaka current location ng product. You can see also here yung quantity, kung ilang items yung minove natin. Tsaka yung reference, which will give us an idea kung ano ba to, inbound, outbound, or quantity update. Okay? Now see Manila Trade Ventures, meron siyang dalawang type of product. Yung high value, na we don't normally keep in stock. These are items na we purchase on demand. Tsaka yung mga items na high demand, na kailangan nating merong items on hand at any given time. For that one, we can use Odoo's replenishment function. So dito, we can set a product and then we can set a reordering rule. So whenever a certain product runs low or reaches the specific limit na sinet natin, it will trigger to reorder. So automatic yun. Mawawala na naman again yung manual intervention. So for example, si product Hot Wheels, location niya is warehouse stock. Meron tayong 30 items on hand. Forecast is 30 ren. And then ang minimum nakaset is 35. So ito basically yung trigger. And maximum is the maximum amount na kailangan nating i-fulfill. So since meron tayong 30 items on hand, ang kailangan lang nating i-order using the reordering rule is 10 para ma-fulfill yung 40. Again, this will be automatically done pag bumaba yung items, but we can do it manually. So for now, we'll do it manually. We'll click on order now. And it will send a request sa ating procurement team or purchasing team. So we now go sa ating purchase application. This is where we can create RFQs and POs. Dito rin tayo pwedeng mag-manage ng ating supplier prices, lead time, tsaka delivery time. So eto na-receive na ni purchasing personnel yung request from our inventory team. So nandyan na, nakaset na yung supplier, nakaset na rin yung expected arrival based sa binigay sa ating lead time ni supplier. Kasi we could consider this na meron tayong relationship sa supplier na to. Siya yung laging binibilan natin. Andyan na rin yung currency na ginagamit natin and yung warehouse na i-deliver yung items. And then andyan na rin nakalagay yung product na gusto nating bilhin or gustong bilhin, ipabili ni supplier, ni inventory team sa atin. Ilang items tsaka yung unit cost na binigay ni supplier. Ang maganda rito, hindi na tayo magba-back and forth sa ating inventory team to check kung ilang items tsaka anong product. Andiyan na siya agad nakaset. Alright? Now, since matagal na nating supplier to, we just need to call and tell them na ito yung order natin, 10 items ng Hot Wheels. And on our part, we just need to confirm the order. So, all we need to do now is hintayin yung items na ma-deliver sa atin. Okay? Now, there are instances na nagka-canvas tayo ng prices at saka best offer sa iba-ibang supplier. Pwede rin natin gawin yan dito sa purchase application. Just click on new. And then choose the vendor. So for example, ang gagamitin nating vendor right now is si overseas supplier. Siya ay naka-based outside the Philippines. I think China siya naka-based. So ang currency na tinatanggap niya is USD. Ayan. Pwede nating iset dito yung order deadline or yung validity date nitong RFQ na to. And then we can choose the product na pwede na gusto nating hingan ng quotation from this supplier. So let's say gusto nating hingan ng quotation para kay Barbie Fams Lumber Pot na toy. Isa lang para lang makita natin yung offer ni supplier. So we can send this through email. As you can see, meron na rin siyang naka-attach na PDF copy. Or, if ever, hindi naman kayo nagsisend ng email sa client, like for example, nagpapadala kayo ng Viber, WhatsApp, or Messenger sa client, we can print this out. This one, yung PDF copy, and then you can take a photo of it, and then pwede nyo siyang ipadala through Viber, Messenger, or WhatsApp. Then after that, you can take a screenshot ng message na yun and you can save it here sa log note para at least you have a record of your inquiry sa supplier. Okay? Ngayon, ang maganda kay Odoo, you can create alternative kasi normally, di ba, pag nanghihingi ka ng quotation, you always ask quotation from multiple suppliers. So we can create an alternative para meron tayong point of comparison. So we can choose another vendor, for example, si best supplier, and then we will use the same product. So create alternative. Yan. So we can send an RFQ again using email, or we can print the same thing, yung PDF copy, and send it through Viber, WhatsApp. So for example, si best supplier nag-reply na sa atin. And ang price niya for this one is 1,000, let's say 950 lang per piece ang binigay niya sa atin. Tanggalin muna natin yung VAT for this presentation. And then ang turnaround time is 1 day. So tomorrow madi-deliver niya. Okay? Now si overseas supplier naman, ang offer sa atin is $21 per unit. And then ang lead time is one. Let's say mga 3 days. Yan. Alright. So ang maganda kay Udo, pwede natin i-compare yung parehong offer from those two suppliers. So compare product line. So ayan na. For the product na Barbie Fams Lumber, si best supplier, ang lead time niya or delivery time niya is just 1 day. Next day delivery. Ang price niya is 950 per piece. While si overseas supplier naman, ang lead time niya is around 3 days, di ba? And then ang price niya for $21, Udo can convert it naman sa peso, which is very good, di ba? 1,183. So it's logical na piliin natin si best supplier kasi mas mabilis yung delivery niya tsaka mas mura siya. So we choose this one. So kasi magzi-zero yung ano natin dito, yung inquiry natin. So we now proceed sa PO62 para i-confirm yung order. Okay? Now, pwede na nating tawagan yung supplier and tell them na we will proceed sa inyo. Bibili na kami sa inyo. So again, we just need to confirm the order. Pag sinabi ni supplier na yan, we can provide that. Available naman, i-deliver na namin. We can confirm the order. And we have an option to cancel yung previous quotation na hiningi natin. On that way, di ba, hindi nakakalito. So ayan. So all we need to do now is to wait for the product to be delivered. Pag pumunta tayo sa ating inventory application again, you will see may notification dito na we have items to be received. So ito yung in-order natin kanina. Like for example, ito yung inquiry natin, di ba? For kino-compare natin. So na-advise na sa warehouse team na meron tayong parating. All they need to do now is wait for the item to be delivered. So once the item has been delivered, they all need to do is to validate it kung tama yung item na deliver tsaka tama yung number of items. So validate. Right? After ma-validate yan, ma-receive natin, purchase team can now prepare the vendor bill para ma-prepare natin yung payment on our side. So they can create the bill date today. Normally, pwede tayong magkaroon ng payment terms, pero for this one, since bagong supplier siya, we're gonna pay it immediately. So we click on confirm. And we can actually print this one para meron tayong hard copy or we can pay it. Pag binigyan na natin yung payment at na-receive na ni supplier yung payment, we can record it on our side. So ang payment na gagawin natin for now is bank transfer. So yan, naka-record niya siya as paid. Right? Now we have the products. We can now start selling. Before we do that, we go check our lead or our client base. We now go to Udo CRM. Dito pwede nating ma-monitor yung ating leads, opportunities, tsaka client interaction. Dito natin pwedeng ma-manage yung ating clients or opportunities as it progresses or move sa different stages na ating sales flow. So by default, si Udo merong several stages dito. Andyan yung new, qualified, proposition, tsaka won. You can add a new stage if you wanted to or you can create your own. Depende sa preference ninyo. Right? Now, for example, by the way, you can also import your leads and database kung meron na kayo on hand dito kay Udo as long as it is on CSV or Excel file. So madali siya ma-import. Okay. Now, for example, meron tayong na-receive na bagong client na wala pa sa CRM. Madali naman siyang i-add. Just click on new para madagdag natin siya sa CRM. Just fill out the necessary information. For example, ang pangalan ng company is Toy Superstore. And then just write the email address. And then the telephone number. Tapos click lang natin yung add. Madadagdag na siya sa ating client list or leads. So if we click dito sa new lead, mag-open yung opportunity page niya. Dito, pwede na natin siyang i-assign sa isang salesperson na gusto nating tumawag sa kliyente na to. So you have an option here na i-assign siya sa iba-ibang salesperson. And then you have an option here as well, itong 3 stars na to specify yung priority level ni client. From medium, high to very high. Pag nasa very high siya, lalo na kung marami kayong list of clients, nandun siya sa pinakataas ng list. Right? Now, dito kay Odoo CRM, pwede rin kayo mag-record ng inyong notes. Like for example, those items na alam nyo na about the client. So, for example, si client, toy store. They have, let's say, 3 branches. So on and so forth. So, you can also record here yung conversation yun ni client. For example, tinawagan mo na siya. 'Di ba? Ang maganda rito, you will have all those informations available to you or sa ibang taong gumagamit once na may tinawagan nyo or nakipag-communicate ulit kayo sa client na to. Right? Now, here sa Odoo CRM, pwede rin kayo mag-send ng email directly. You can go here sa send message. Pwede itong i-connect sa ating so pwede itong i-connect sa ating email like Yahoo, Gmail, or Outlook. Alright? So, ito, for example, si Funland, yan. 'Di ba? Pwede mo itong i-connect sa email client mo para mag-send ka ng email, and this is also integrated na kay ChatGPT. So you can use the AI function para tulungan ka mag-compose ng email. Like for example, compose a welcome email for a toy store. So all you need to do is to check yung email na generate ni ChatGPT, and if it is okay, you can click on insert para pumasok siya sa iyong composition. You also have an option to use your own email template, especially kung recurring naman ipagamit mo dito. So for example, to request for a meeting, di ba? And then you can send. Once you send that email, as you can see, na-save siya rito sa right side. Ito yung tinatawag nating chatterbox. This is where all the activities sa account na to or sa transaction na to are saved for easy monitoring, tracking, and for accountability nung user. Alright? So if ever yung client ay nag-reply dito sa email, it will also be recorded dito sa chatterbox like this one. Alright, so lahat ng conversation are recorded, especially, this is especially good, especially sa management, di ba? Makikita niya yung full transaction. Now, we can also use Lognote. These are for internal communications, especially if there are multiple employees or salesperson na nagmamanage ng same account for continuity and collaboration. You can also set activity dito sa Odoo CRM, like set an email or a call, and then you can schedule it, di ba? And you will be notified pag schedule na to email or call. At least you are always on top of your activities. Okay? Now, for example, after tawagan ni salesperson yung client and nakita niya ni client na interesado siya and gusto niyang manghingi ng quotation, from Odoo CRM, pwede na tayong gumawa ng new quotation. Just click on this one and it will automatically be moved sa ating sales application. So nakita niyo yung integration for all applications, no? And everything is auto-populated. So again, mababawasan yung manual intervention dito. Okay? You can set yung expiration date ng quotation. You can also set the price list and the payment terms. Alright? Now, there are several ways to add product sa quotation natin. You can add the product manually. You can choose this here. Yeah. However, kung napakarami ng product mo, it's better to use the catalog view. Pwede kang mamili na product dyan na gusto mong i-add sa quotation. For this one. Or you can use your own quotation template. Especially kung lagi namang requesto ng client, di ba? So yan, lalabas dyan yung items. Okay. Alright. Now, as you can see, pwede nating specify dito ilang items yung gusto nating i-orderin from client. Magkano yung unit price. Pwede natin tanggalin muna yung tax. And if ever there's a discount na in-apply, nandyan din yan. And yung total amount will be automatically computed regardless kung papalitan nyo yung discount o hindi. Diba? Then you can also put here kung meron kayong, for example, return policy or terms and conditions, pwede nyo yung i-add dito. Now, let's adjust yung quantity na gustong i-quote natin kay client. Ayun. As you can see, ito kanina green to, nag-turn siya sa red. That means wala tayong enough item on hand. If you click on this one, lalabas yung forecast. Forecast basically is the total available items after all the order has been fulfilled. So, ang items on hand natin is 6 lang. Income is 0, incoming from supplier, and outgoing or delivery. Set client's expectation na wala tayong enough item on hand, for example. So, 6 lang talaga ang kaya natin i-deliver. And hindi na tayo kailangan tumawag sa warehouse or inventory team to check kung ilan. We have the real-time data here available to us. So, very efficient siya. So, palitan natin ng 6 para available siya. Tapos, ito naman yung high-value product natin. Kung naalala nyo, I mentioned this earlier, now we don't have this on hand. In-order lang natin to pag may confirm tayong request from client. So if you check this product is replenished on demand. Alright. So we can send this quotation through email, or again, we can print the PDF copy and send it via Viber, WhatsApp, or Messenger. So we'll send it by email for now. Again, meron siyang PDF copy, and you can create your own email dito, or you can use your own template. And then click on send. So ayan, masasave din siya sa ating chatterbox for easy monitoring. Now, aside from the PDF copy, meron din siyang link na kasama dyan sa email. Meron yan dito. And it will look like this. So as you can see, very professional siyang tignan. And this is interactive. Pwedeng mag-reply dito si client. For example, I'm interested. And magre-reflect yan sa ating chatterbox as well. So makikita dun yung message ni client. And dito, pwede ditong pwedeng i-reject ni client yung quotation dito. Pwede siyang mag-send ng feedback. Or pwede rin niyang i-accept yung quotation using this link. And pwede niyang i-attach yung kanyang signature to validate the order. For example, yung online signature niya. Alright. So, ayan. Yung ating quotation has now been turned to sales order automatically. If we go back to our quotation, eto na siya. From quotation kanina na sent, it moved to sales order na. And we can view yung pinirmahan ni client na sales order. Ito siya. So, everything is recorded dito sa chatterbox. Now, meron din siyang na-create na dalawang smart buttons. Delivery and purchase. Delivery is for the items na available na sa atin. Yung 6 items, di ba? Nakita natin na we have 6. Ito yon, ready for deliver. And yung purchase naman, these are for the item na high value that we don't normally have on stock. So, eto siya. Ito naman yung naka-trigger sa isa pang reordering rule. So, we can remove it for now. Dito muna tayo mag-focus sa immediate kasi may order na yung client natin. So, we can remove the tax as well. So, ito yung order kanina, isang bear brick. So, all we need to do now is call yung supplier natin, inform them na bibili tayo nito. So, if the supplier confirm na yan, meron kami, di-deliver namin sa inyo. We can confirm the order dito sa purchase application. And again, all we need to do is wait for the items to be received. Once na na-receive natin yan, just need to validate again kung tama yung na-receive na number of items and tama yung items. And then validate. Once na-validate natin yan, madadagdag na yan sa ating inventory count. So, ayan, meron na tayong items on hand. We can now proceed with the delivery. So, after delivery, if ever na-receive ni client yung order niya, tama yung product, tama yung number of items, pumirma na siya doon sa delivery slip, we can validate this now. Once na vinalidate natin yan, mababawas na yan sa ating inventory count. Alright? So ngayon, pwede na tayong mag-create ng invoice para ma-prepare ni client yung payment. For invoice, pwedeng down payments, yung straight payment. For now, straight payment muna si client kasi bago lang siya. Ito na yung magiging invoice. So we can send it via email or we can print it as well. Pwede nating ipadala kay client via snail mail or pwede natin picture via Viber para mapadala natin through messengers again and Viber. So ganito itsura ng ating invoice, di ba? Ayan. So once we receive the payment from the client, or for example, ang bilis magbayad ni client, we can record it sa ating side as paid. We just need to choose anong mode of payment. For this one, it's bank transfer. So we click on create payment, marirecord na siya na paid sa side natin. Alright. Now, after all those transactions, we now go to reports. Dito naman sa Odoo dashboard. Ang Odoo dashboard basically is the summary of all Odoo applications na ginamit nyo. This is actually very useful, especially for decision makers, managers, tsaka owners, kasi it gives you an update sa inyong business operations, di ba? So nandyan yung, for example, sa sales, andyan yung mga pinadala mong quotations. For example, last 7 days. Nandyan din lahat ng orders, revenue, and average order. You can also see your products here. So you can categorize it, di ba? Anong product yung gusto mo makita. Andyan yung bestseller mo, bestseller per category. Andyan yung leads, report. You can also see your invoicing here. So yung mga in-invoice mo, ano dyan yung mga bayad na and hindi ba bayad, di ba? You will see, etong si invoice na to, hindi pa siya bayad. And then you can also see here yung logistics o yung warehouse daily report. So makikita mo rito kung may late deliveries, late internal transfer, or late na dineliver sa atin. Andyan din yung operation analysis, progress or activity ng ating warehouse. Alright? Dito sa dashboard actually will help yung business to make an informed decision. Okay? Alright, I think that is the business flow from Odoo, using Odoo para sa isang trade. Question and answer. Alright. Alright. How to align inventory count if there is a discrepancy with manual count? For that one, we can do a manual or physical inventory count. So for example, lang nasa inventory natin is for Nerf gun. Ang nasa inventory natin is 15 unit. And then nag-manual count tayo. Ang nabilang lang natin is let's say 12 items lang. So may discrepancy na 3. We can apply this one para yung 15 natin ma-update sa 12. 'Di ba? Normally kasi nangyayari to pag marami yung items, 'di ba? Merong discrepancy talaga. So yeah, we can do that in Odoo. Hello, good afternoon. Can I also add shipping cost? Yes, sa Odoo, we can add a shipping cost. We just need to configure it on the backend, which definitely your functional consultant can help you with. However, just like example dito, we can add the landed cost. So, ang mangyayari rito, pag meron kayong item na dineliver sa inyo, before you can bill or before you bill, set the bill, you can add the shipping cost or landed cost. And then for the payment, nakasama na siya. And you have an option to distribute yung cost nung shipping among all. Can we have approvers for PO? Yeah, we can actually. There are several ways to add the level of approval sa ating purchase order. But ang pinakamadali is for this one. For example, ito. We can add a level of approval here. So, bago mag-proceed yung ating order, meron siyang approval. So we can set it for 5,000 for example. So every time na may PO tayo na more than 5,000, manghihingi yan ng approval sa admin. So for example, yung gumagamit ng purchase, ang access rights niya ay user lang. Pag meron siyang i-set na PO or mag-PPO siya, magsesend muna yan ng request for dun sa admin ng na merong admin access rights sa purchase. And then pag na-approve yan, dun lang pwedeng mag-proceed yung yung purchase order. How do I process product returns from the customer? For product returns, for example, sa item na deliver natin kanina, this one. So for example, meron tayong returns. Itong just click on return and pipili lang tayo ng item na ibabalik sa atin ni kliyente. For example, si Bear Brick lang, hindi niya nagustuhan or may damage. We can choose this one and we have an option. Kung return lang ba to or return and then may kapalit, or gusto niyang i-return lahat ng dineliver natin sa kanya. So for example, itong si Bear Brick, hindi niya talaga nagustuhan, nagkamali siya and just want to return. We can click on return and we can choose saang warehouse natin siya ilalagay. So we can put it back sa ating regular warehouse, warehouse 1, warehouse 2 na Cebu, or warehouse 3 na Davao, or we can create another warehouse na like for example yung si warehouse 1 na lang, babalik natin kay warehouse 1. So you can choose saan natin ilalagay yung item. So once validated, mababalik. So that's how we process yung returns. Yes, we do. We can process returns. Purchase my item. How can I record serial numbers? All right. Yeah, for serial numbers naman, I have an example here. For example, bumili tayo ng item kay best supplier, and then the product is meron ako isang product dito, PlayStation 5. So again, we send RFQ and then we confirm the order. Pag dumating na yung items, pag receive natin yan, before we can validate it, basta nakaset up yung product na kailangan ng serial number, we need to put the serial number first. Something like this. So, ayun. Nilagyan natin yung serial number and then once we validate, tatanggapin na siya. So that's how we input yung serial numbers. Your functional consultant can definitely help you with this one pag nagsiset up na kayo ng database nyo. And then you can also monitor your serial numbers here sa ating inventory application. So, andito siya. So, for example, sa main warehouse, ito yung PlayStation natin and ito yung mga serial numbers na we have items on hand. Alright? How can we manage incomplete deliveries? Or ano naman, incomplete deliveries, let's say for example, bumili tayo ng bagong item kay best supplier, si Nerf gun, quantity is 5. So once dumating na yung items, pwede nating, for example, ang na-receive lang natin ay dalawa. Once we validated it, there is an option to create a back order. On this way, pwede nating back order para hintayin yung remaining items, or we can choose no back order para hindi na tayo gagawa ng o hindi natin hintayin yung ibang items. We just continue kung ano yung dineliver sa atin. Right? So for example, no back order, tatanggapin na lang natin yung dalawa for a record, and then yan na lang din ang babayaran natin, and then we'll proceed with it. Hindi na natin hintayin yung tatlo pang kulang. Can we set expiration dates? Yes, we can set expiration dates. We just need to configure that sa backend, which again, our functional consultant can definitely help you with it. So dito, ayan, we just need to set the expiration dates here, and then let's try to set it up sa product. The PlayStation. Ito. So sa traceability, pwede siyang maglagay ng expiration date. Meron din niyang notification. Like for example, you will be notified a few days before. And then yung removal date, yung kailangan natin i-remove yung items of expiration. Alright? So pag dumating yung item sa atin from our supplier, we have an option to input the expiration dates. Alright, so that's how you input expiration dates sa ating product. Is it possible to do more than one barcode in the product? For example, a product with 3 different packages, 1 carton and 1 pack in 1 piece. How can I do it? Yeah, definitely. We have a barcode app that we can configure or produce ng barcode, like this one. For more details about this, we can discuss that. You can just send me an email, or you can contact your business advisor para ma-discuss to accordingly. If purchase my items in a different currency, will it convert to PHP in my books, or I still have to convert it manually? First, local currency. We just need to set it up again sa backend. Yung anong currency yung gagamitin. Okay. Odoo records inventory per piece, but our company tracks by box. How should we encode this in the system to align with Odoo's per piece format? For that one, we can set it dun sa unit of measurement actually. We can configure it, for example, box of 25, and ang unit niya is 25 items. So pag bumili tayo ng box of 25 items ang laman yan. So, ayan, packs of 6. So, 6 items ang laman yan. So, pwede siya i-configure na ganun. Can I restrict the viewing of the purchase suppliers to my employees? with Udo, we have access rights naman. So yung access ng mga employees nyo can be limited. But we can discuss this further kung ano yung specific items na gusto nyong makita o hindi. Again, you can contact your business advisor or you can contact me on my email address. Right. It seems wala na yatang question. Pwede bang gumamit ng ibang unit of measurement sa Udo aside from the default UMC system? Yeah, definitely. You can use different unit of measurements. So dito pwede kang mamili kung anong, or you can add a new one. And then pag nag-set ka ng product, for example, new product, you can choose anong unit of measurement ang gusto mong gamitin. So ito yung pack of 6, kung 6 yung laman ng box, 'di ba? Or kung kgs, 'di ba? Kung bigat or weight ang unit of measurement nyo. So you can set it up with Udo naman. All right. I think that's it for today. Thank you for your time, and I hope I was able to provide you with valuable insights on how Udo can help you with your trading operations. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at erdu@udo.com or send me a Viber or WhatsApp message. Again, thank you and have a good one. Bye-bye.